Hi there. Thank you for joining me. Today we're going to be talking about DIY storage. And I came into a windfall of supplies. And, okay, that was yesterday. And today I've already been using it. I don't, if you've seen my craft room tour, you may have seen, or I showed a lot of my DIY storage solutions. I joked to my sister that I enjoy DIY storage for my supplies as much as using my supplies to make journals. I didn't know this about myself till I started crafting, but I absolutely love making storage. And my windfall yesterday was on Facebook Marketplace. You know how sometimes they have stuff for free. Well, this lady, her name is Starlight. What a cool name, huh? I made the last journal video I made a couple days ago was a thank you gift for her. And she was giving away tab dividers. And she gave me two kinds. I have 2 boxes of this kind and 8 boxes of this kind. And these are 3 tab dividers. And in a set, you can see there 3 tab dividers in a set. And per box, there are 252 tabs. So I got 504 of those. And then this is 8 tabs per set. Of course, I've already used some. But I've already used both ends. And these have 240 a box. So altogether, I got like almost 2,500 tabs. And I'm pretty excited about it. I'm really excited about it. So I have started one. Well, I pretty well completed it today. I made these organizing folders, huh? And of course, they won't stay in this box. This is just, like I said, it's not done. I will make a box for it. If I ever make anything, I always have to make storage for it. Like here. You know these, how you can make inks like with the Sharpie and alcohol to make spray. Of course, I had to make a box to put it in, right? Of course, a red one, because I'm a redaholic. So I can't ever just make anything. I always have to, make storage for it too. That, to me, that's what I get a big kick out of. If you're not an organizer, then I sound ridiculous. I'm fully aware. But if you are an organizer, you're loving every bit of this. So, I'm going to start a series of what all am I going to make with these 2,400 tab dividers. Because I've made stuff like drawer sets. I've made cube sets with drawers in them, like to store my scrapbook paper scraps. I made a cube organizer with 4 drawers for my son, just as a gift. I made one thing that looked like a hat box for my daughter. I've made Mindy some stuff. I've made, well, I'll show you. I made mine out of file folders, but I made these, which I already have a plan, because I get file folders so cheap off of Amazon, where warehouse, and I'm going to do a video about Amazon warehouse. And so I made my sister a binder. I made hers out of cardstock with folder pockets to store printables. I have 2 of these big binders full. I have printables in one and ephemera kits in the other. So I'm going to make some of those too. I already know how I'm going to do it. And so then today I made these. For my ephemera, you know, like tags and all of the, I did the haul on all the Amazon kits. You know, I've got those, like here's one that has, you know, just all the butterfly stuff in it. And one of my main things about storage is that everything has to be within one reach. I don't like to dig through stacks of bins and boxes and unstack everything and take the lids off. You know, like those paper boxes. No, I'm sorry. Those kits that have the photo boxes in them. You know, like 18 or 24 or whatever, and they come in rainbow and they look just right. But that would drive me nuts to have a bin full of little boxes to get to. One lady I saw in her craft room, she mounted her big box to hold all the photo boxes on the wall and took the lid off. So then that would be, if I ever got those, that's what I'd have to do. But now I don't need them because I made my own. So that's cool. But I've invested as much time in DIY storage as or probably more than crafting. So this is my first project. Like I said, I just picked these up yesterday and I've already made all this today. So I was pretty happy with it. So here is my template. Let me make sure I'm centered. Yeah. Okay. The red lines are score. It looks black, but the blue lines are cut. So I started out, I got all of the end pieces out of the box, like this tab section and this tab section, because if you turn these over, then all the tabs are. I don't like staggered tags. Maybe it's OCD, because then I'd be ate up trying to keep them staggered, you know, or trying to keep the stagger the same, you know. So then I like all the same position of tabs. So that it's just my OCD. It's okay. So I got all of the end ones out of one box, and this is 60. So then what I did was I cut the holes off. I scored it here, which is 4 inches from both sides. I scored it 3 inches from the end. And I cut this corner off. And I cut it generously. I cut off the score lines too, basically, because I didn't want anything interfering with, like this. If this was too long, then when you folded it, it would be rubbing on the bottom. So see, I cut it short of the fold. Okay, I cut the score lines off. We'll just say it like that. Okay. So then I folded it over and up. And the way this organizes it is you can have all of this stuff strung out and messy, but it still stays together. And like these die cuts. Look, I just did all these die cuts. And I put the little ones on the flap side to help corral them, right? And then the big ones over there to help keep it level too. So, because if I kept everything in the pocket, then my holder would get real full real quick. So that kind of spread the thickness out a little bit, right? And then I just separated them by what I think. You know, like I have a bunch of favorite here. Like these hearts I've shown before in journals. I don't know where they came from. I need to find that and write it in here. But these are one of our favorite elements. So I have all those in there. So I put favorite hearts. This is that whole binder is these elements. Are you familiar with them? And I've emailed them. And whenever I save images that you can sell, or use in a journal that you sell, I save a copy of the document, whether it be on their website and their terms and services or her email response or whatever, you know, saying, sure, that's fine. You know, you can't do it to make, you know, you can't turn into, you know, selling our ephemera business, but sure, you can use it in a journal you sell, you know, whatever. And so see, and look here, all these little pieces, and it stays, and it stays great. So what I did was I just named it what I would think to call it. Like, this is my favorite heart, so I'm storing that alphabetically in my fave section, because those are our favorite elements. These are our, look, tiny pieces, and they all stay together in there. So these little ephemera folders are the first thing I made. And I've already got them done today. Boy, they were quick and easy. And like here, cut aparts. And then I have one for salutations and then one for regular. Because you know you have these little scraps. What are you going to do with them? You know? I don't know how you store yours. But this is just how I think to store mine. Like this is butterflies. Just all different shapes and sizes of butterflies. You know. So anyway. And like the die cuts, and even having them all laying out here, they still stayed, nothing fell out, you know. And then I just have them alphabetical. And then I broke down on this tag more what it was. So thanks a zillion, Miss Starlight. And the price of these, it's hundreds of dollars for this many tab dividers. And they're really smooth. I got some thank you cards and envelopes one time I did a haul on them, and some cardstock too, exact index vellum or some kind of cardstock that was super smooth. And I told my sister, I was like, remember those smooth envelopes? And she's like, yeah. I was like, this is smoother than that. These are such nice quality. They're not real heavy duty. I'm going to have to do some layering when I go to make stuff. But, you know, like, did I get it from... I just do it like I think. Like, this is an Amazon... That came from Amazon, and then I did it alphabetically. Those came from Allie. You know, these are cut aparts, so those are for a C. Die cut. You know, there's no fancy way to do it. I just do it how I think. Okay? And then there's my template. And the next thing I'm going to make, which I already made a sample, and I'll cut these online. I'll make some of these live. But I know the problems I had making the other holders pockets. So I figured some of that out, and I'm going to make these for that, to hold printables and stuff like that. Okay, so I can make boxes and bins and sorters and stacking things. I don't know what all I'm going to make. Like let's say, this is how I think. Like, let's say this drawer set. And I'd be like, you know, if they were just a little wider or not as tall or more drawers not as deep, or, you know, or one big drawer to hold something up, you know, like this, I might make a drawer unit to hold these, you know, or something. I can make anything. Like right here, this drawer set I made out of file folders from my daughter, you know, and it's like got my Happy Mail and stuff in it. And then that's right by me, and I keep my printer and I've got 2 of these, one for score and one for cutting, and they just fit perfect on top of there. So you can go see my craft room tour if you want to get an idea. But like I said, I'm going to start a series of what am I going to make with all of these tab dividers. And I already have these 2 ideas myself for the printables holders, and then these, which, let me know if you have any other ideas of a way to make these, or something that would be useful, something you want me to try to tackle to, you know, see if we can figure out how to make it. Like I said, I've made 1, 2, 3 drawer sets so far, and lots of boxes and bins, and lots of organizers and holders. I've made ribbon cards, you know, to organize your ribbon. That's just what I do, is I make organizing stuff, okay? I've made planner inserts. I've made pen holders for my planner. This is a pen holder I made. You know, I just love to make stuff, okay? Well, thank you so much for watching. Sorry to ramble. I'm pretty excited, as you can tell. Like, I got these yesterday and I've already made all these. So that's all for now. Thank you for watching. Love you. Bye.